Tuning into ultratechlife.com. This is Professor Ben Alonzo, and amongst the various diverse subjects I teach in college, meteorology is one of them, and it just so happens to be Severe Weather Awareness Month for most United States between March and April now, so now's a good time to get prepared for severe weather. And what better to do than get the right tools? And here's a great example, this Kaito KA600 that we're going to take a look at today. We actually had a chance over the last couple of months to test this out, see how it works, see how its reception is, and see if the solar portion works on it. So a couple of things about this radio right off the bat. Unlike their previous models, this one's digital, so it makes tuning a little bit easier. Very sensitive, though, on the tuning knob, so just a slight touch of it would set it up 10 kilohertz, so you might want to watch for that, too. And the very first step you want to take is to change the frequency steps to 10 kilohertz, so you'll actually see that by holding down the AM button for, I believe, 3 to 4 seconds nonstop with the power off. And you'll actually see the screen change from 9 to 10, and in the United States, you want that set to 10. So if you have tuning problems, that might indicate what your problem is to begin with. So some other cool things about the radio, too. It has a direct entry keypad for frequencies. It does have shortwave receive on it. The problem with that is it doesn't offer sideband receive. It is AM only, and without a very long shortwave antenna. In other words, the telescoping antenna itself is going to pick up only the strong signals, but without the optional antenna, you can buy a very long wire antenna. You're not going to get a lot of shortwave broadcasts, especially if they're weak signals. So that's not the selling point for this radio. I think the top selling point, at least from my standpoint, is the ability to operate without batteries. The solar power panel just kind of flips up and actually has a reading light underneath it, which is kind of neat. There's a second flashlight function on the side. Looks like 3 LEDs. It's pretty bright, too. We've tried it at night. And if worst case scenario happens, you don't have any sunlight, it does have the dynamo crank power on the side. Take it very easy with that. It is plastic. Most other models are plastic too. You don't really need to weight lift with that, so very gentle with that. And of course, you want to switch your power source depending on if you're using batteries or solar, and that's available on the front of it. First thing we try to do is tune in NOAA weather radio. It does have alert on it. But the coolest thing about this, again, and about severe weather preparedness, is being aware. So the ability to tune in NOAA weather radio was actually excellent to receive on here. We didn't need to use the antenna. It does just fine without telescoping the antenna out. AM and FM receiver actually awesome. Good reception there. Well-built radio for that. Easy digital tuning, easy readout to read. We didn't need to, again, telescope that antenna. That was excellent. Some other things that I don't think most people will be using on this radio are the timer itself, sleep timer, snooze function, and just some little specs on the radio reception itself. Of course, the AM standard for the US 520 to 1710 kilohertz is on there. Very strong receive with that. Again, we didn't need to use the telescoping antenna. You can put that down. Same deal with FM radio, 87 to 108 megahertz receive. Really good. Great for severe weather awareness. Again, excellent receive on all channels of the NOAA weather band. Once again, the shortwave is AM only, and it goes from 2.3 megahertz to 23 megahertz. It's not really continuous, it's not very strong, and you're not going to get a good shortwave reception, especially their 2.3 megahertz, that lower band, without a external antenna. And they do offer that antenna. We haven't had the chance to try it, though. And one other thing to mention here, too, does have a temperature on it, thermometer, digital thermometer on the front. Somewhat accurate as long as you keep that out of direct sunlight, and of course relative humidity and percent. It does have 100 programmable memories on all bands. The keypad itself is not backlit, but the screen is backlit, so you are able to see that at night. And its size is about 9.5 inches by 6 inches by 2.5 inches, so it's a very good radio to pack in a bag, a go bag, an emergency prep kit. Our only gripe, of course, has to do with the AA batteries, and it does take 3 AA batteries. If you pop off the back, you'll see a rechargeable battery. That's for your solar power circuit and dynamo power. You actually charge that up, holds the charge in there, so it will operate on solar power without batteries, but we found it a little bit difficult to put AA's in here and hold them in place. So that's a simple plastic piece change that someone can do maybe on the next model. That's the really only gripe with this. And one other thing to point out too, if people are interested, we don't really recommend it, but there are some options here to actually charge a phone, and it does come with a small adapter kit. And for more science and technology stuff, tune in to ultratechlife.com. We have the full review link on our website, as well as a link to the owner's manual.